All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. It's the Powder Blues time.
Thanks so much. Welcome to the friendly confines of Bluefrog Studios. What a wonderful place. You know, it's a nice break for us because normally, a typical schedule for us is just festivals and theaters, and we rarely get a chance to get intimate. I sort of like that. Do we have some blues fans out there tonight? Well, let's play the blues now. On my baby, see what my girl's putting down. checking on my baby, see what my girl put down. You know, it's been so long since I've been in town. I wouldn't call home, I wouldn't even write. People I didn't call home, wouldn't even write. Bought an airplane ticket, caught the baby next flight. You know I'm checking on my baby, checking on my girl, checking my baby from everywhere around the world. You know it's been so long since I had a little thrill. Give me a little thrill there, Michael. Drive, playing my guitar down the way. People, I got a job, playing my guitar down the way. I party all night, and then I sleep all day. Hear what I say? I party all night, and then I sleep all day. Party all night, sleep all day. I party all night and sleep all day. I never go to work, I just go play. Checking on my baby, checking on my girl, checking my baby. Everywhere around the world. You know it's been so long since I had me there. Thank you very much. Checking my baby from everywhere around the world. You know, it's been so long since I had a little fun. Thank you so much. Thank you. Make us feel real good, real at home. It's sort of like my living room, except thankfully I don't have to clean up after you. Yeah, that's a good thing. So I'm old now, I think. I was born February 2nd, 1950 in Chicago, Illinois. Do the math, I'm 45. 45 years old. God, if I knew I'd live this long, I'd have took better care of myself. You're doing pretty good. You know, this next tune, there's a story behind it. It used to be the Anchor Hotel down in Gastown, way back, late 70s, early 80s, and they were bringing in blues guys, old blues guys from the generation or two before me. And obviously I was hanging out there, met some really cool guys. But this guy, a blues guitar player who was really well known to the black community, not so much the white community, his name was Lowell Fulson, and he wrote a lot of blues classics like Reconsider Baby and Blue Shadows Falling. If there wasn't a Lowell Fulson, there probably would never been a B.B. King. So Lowell and I became friends. There was another guy that used to hang out there called Lloyd Glenn, who was an absolutely amazing black blues piano player from Los Angeles area. And he had been the piano player in Lowell's band in the 50s. And then Lloyd had made a single record, an instrumental called After Hours, piano tune, that became a hit. And he thought, well, I'll put my own band together and tour on the strength of this hit, make some real money instead of being a sideman. So he goes to Lowell and he says, I got to leave the band, you know, because I got a hit record. Lowell says, yeah, I understand, but you got to replace yourself, you know, with another piano player. So Lloyd says to him, well, I know this kid, black kid from Seattle, he can play blues piano, but he's blind. This will probably be his first gig. That was Ray Charles. So, you know, to me, it was just such a thrill hanging with these guys and hearing these stories and feeling somehow like being a part of that evolving blues thing, blues trail, hoodoo trail. So yeah, I was down jamming with Lowell at the Anchor, and we decided we'd do an album together, which came out as Lowell Fulson and Powder Blues, and that came out on Stony Plain Records. That was, you know, Saturday Night Blues on CBC with Holger Peterson. That was his record label. So that came out. When I produced the record, the boys played on the record. I played a little guitar with Lowell. And he had some great tunes on there, and one of them I particularly liked, so I stole it. And I had pangs of conscience over that until I discovered that he had stolen it from somebody else. An R&B singer, a stoop-down man, they called him. His name was Chick Willis, and he lived in Detroit. And this was before the internet. And I went to great pains to try and find Chick Willis. And I actually got a phone number for him and called him up. It's a true story. Honest. Look at my face. Would I lie to you? And I got Chick on the phone. I said, Chick, I'm a fan of yours. I've heard your records. My name is Tom Lavin. I'm calling from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. That's above Seattle. And I did a record. I just produced a record with an old friend of yours, Lowell Fulson, and he had a tune on there that I stole from him. And then I discovered that he had stolen the tune from you. And I said, the purpose of my call today, Chick, is I was just wondering, who did you steal that tune from? I tell the story because, again, this is, I think, part and parcel of what the blues is things go from hand to hand, and sometimes the subjects are the same and the lyrics are changed a little bit, but you make it your own. And so we've tried to do this. I want to dedicate this to the three of these guys that were big influences on me, and I felt very lucky to meet and know. And it's Chick Willis and Lowell Fulson, and of course the great Lloyd Glenn. This is called Stoop Down Baby, Let Daddy See. I want to stoop down, baby, let your daddy see. Stoop down, baby, let daddy see. You know there's something about the girl, she got a hold on me. young people were sharing one bed. One rolled over to the other one and said, come on, sugar, don't play the clown. You know what you promised when we first got down. Stoop down, let daddy see. You know there's something about the girl that'll hold on to the funky thing. I want you to stoop down, baby. Come on and stoop down, baby. Something about the little girl that'll hold on, man. Mr. Funk Man over there, Bill Runge. Little red rooster was talking to a duck. Said, you're a funky looking bird, but you sure know how to strut. Stoop down, let daddy see. You know there's something about the girl that'll hold on me. I want you to stoop down, baby. Come on, stoop down, baby. Well, I know you can do it. Come on, baby, let's get to it. Let's do it. This is what I call the old-time blues. Like I told you, I was born in 1950 in Chicago. They used to have a Sunday morning market down there on the west side called the Maxwell Street Market, 16 square city blocks of ghetto with folding tables, and you could buy anything. In fact, you could buy your own hubcaps often. It was, you know, first time I was down there, it was summer of '56. I was 6 and a half with my auntie, and you know, there was a guy on the watermelon truck that had driven up from Texas, sitting on top of a pile of watermelons. His wife would go down and take a buck from you, and they'd throw one down from the truck. They had the 55-gallon oil drum, you know, cut in half, laid on its side. They put some charcoal in there, find an abandoned fridge, and put some grill on it. lay rib tip on it, a paintbrush with a bucket, putting barbecue sauce on, some white bread. Rib tip sandwich. I got 'em. Man, it was really someplace. They had, the ones that fascinated me were the voodoo queens, the black, big black women. They sort of look a little like, 6 years old. You think, oh, that looks like the lady on the Aunt Jemima syrup bottle. And they'd have a table with some roots and herbs and this and that and the other in a little bag. And what their deal was to do voodoo to make a mojo for you. Oh, son, you look like you need a love mojo. Let me put some of this John de Conch root in here and a little string we put around your neck. Those girls be chasing you, baby. I loved it. But what I loved most was the guys on the stoops of the tenement building. They'd have a cigar box there, a White House cigar box, looking for somebody to put their nickel either or their quarter in there. I had a Sears and Roebuck guitar plugged in, running through the screen in the window there, and some girl with a tambourine, a guy with a harmonica. They call it the Mississippi saxophone, and playing the blues and playing shuffle blues, just at this same feel like this. And my goodness, this is 70 years ago. Something got under my skin, and it's still there. That shit sticks, I got the same old blues every night and every day. It's just the same old blues every night and every day. Yeah, need somebody to help me to drive my blues away. I woke up this morning with the same thing on my mind. First thing this morning, I had the same thing on my mind. Gotta find some loving, try and leave these bald blues behind. I got the same old blue, well, it's just the same old blue. People, I'm trying to tell you about the same old blue. Every night and every day. Need somebody help me drive my blues. Mike Kalance has got the blues tonight. old blues every night and every day. Need somebody to help me drive my blues away. Somebody call my mama and tell her about the shape I'm in. Take it down, call my mama, tell her about the shape you see me in. Tell her I said I'm sorry, mama, please forgive your son. Well, someone told my mama, and mama told papa, and papa told my sister, and sister told my brother, my brother told my auntie, yes indeed, my auntie told my uncle, and then my uncle told my cousin. That trouble causing two-faced, fork-tongued, lousy, no good mother of a cousin. Everywhere I walk, you know, I'm hearing the people talk. Well, the whole time buzzing, 'cause they're listening to my cousin talk about my same old blues. Same old, well, got the same old blues. Every night. Every night and every day. Need somebody help me drive my blues away. How about Vince and Mike? Vince got the blues tonight. Every night and every day. Well, it's just the same old blues people. Every night and every day. I tell you so. I need somebody to help me to drive my blues away. Yeah, man, Maxwell Street is gone, but the Maxwell Street blues lives on. For sure. I love that old stuff. I'm thinking, oh yes, the senile guy has yet another story. Shut up and play the guitar. Smoke on the water. Yeah. It's about, I was in LA hanging out with a buddy of mine who was playing with Frank Zappa. I had been on tour with Frank in '71 right across Canada with my little trio band. And so I was down there in LA, he's in the studio hanging out. And then, you know, like a hippie, and I ran out of money and I thought, well, I gotta go home. So my buddy drove me up to the beginning of the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu and said, get out. And I stuck my thumb out. I got a ride in a few hundred miles with some frat boys that had rented a Winnebago. And then I got picked up by a guy that was drinking real hard in a new T-Bird and driving down I-5 like this. And I said, just go in the back seat and have a snooze, and I'll take you. He gave me an address. I'm going to San Francisco. So I got there 5 o'clock in the morning. Drove him up was close to the Bay Bridge. I got out, woke him up. You're here. Here's your car keys. Thanks for the ride. And I decided, stupidly, to walk across the Bay Bridge. Well, there's no sidewalks. It's not pedestrians. 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to Oakland. Got about half a mile in or something, and Chips, the California Highway Patrol. What are you doing? Going to Oakland. You can't walk on the bridge, get in. And they drove me. Nice guys, stopped me off at the other side. Now it's 6, 7 a.m. I'm hungry, I'm broke. Those diners that had in the old railroad cars, well, there's one down at the bottom of Telegraph Avenue as you get into the Berkeley area there. It was open, it was nobody in there. I walked in, and the guy behind the grill guy said, is there anything, chores or something I could do and trade you for some breakfast, because I'm hungry? And he said, yeah, I do this and that, and you bring these potatoes here and get that sack over there. And he gave me a big breakfast and gave me $5. I thought, this is really cool. I was sitting on the top of the world. I walked down Telegraph Avenue. There was a Woolworth 5 and dime, and a little light bulb. Bing. I'll go in. I'll get a bucket and a squeegee and some suds. I'll ask people if they want their windows washed. And 4 hours later, I had $200. I stopped at. I had a buddy that was living there, and I stopped and knocked on his door, and he came in and he said, Tom, I got this new album. You got to hear this thing. And it was B.B. King, Alive and Well, which is a pretty rare album, but it had this tune on it that it just, again, it just got under my skin. I just spent the rest of the day thinking about this tune. A year later, I'm at the Queen Elizabeth Theater as opening act for the B.B. King Orchestra. So, weird things happen. I'd never met the guy before. We're in the dressing room. They have the mirrors, and they have the little light bulbs with the chicken wire over them where you put your makeup on and everything. So I'm a hippie, long hair, beard, and mustache, holes in my jeans. I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor looking up at my hero. He's got a chicken drumstick in one hand, an old Vienna stubby in the other. There's a tub of chicken next to him with a picture of the Colonel. I'm looking at him and the Colonel thinking, his dad might have owned your dad. How things change for the better. Isn't this a marvelous world? And I asked him, I said, you played Sweet Little Angel tonight, and you played it so fresh, and I know you've been doing that for 15 years or more on stage. How do you do that? And he says, son, somebody out there might not know exactly what a B.B. King is, and I'm here to show them. So I got to play it like the first time, every time. They gave me a guitar pick with his name on it, which I cherished. And oddly enough, over the next 2 decades, we played a dozen shows together. I interviewed him for radio and TV. We became very close friends. His rhythm section joined my band for a while when he was off the road. So, he was the king of the blues, for sure, for me. Marvelous guy. And this is that tune that I heard that morning, so I dedicate it to the memory of my mentor, my friend, B.B. King. Let's go, You've Been Mean. Wherever you may wander, no matter where you go, watch the seeds you scatter, 'cause you reap what you sow. Crime won't help you. Crime won't help you. Crime won't help you if you've been treating somebody mean. Every word you say and every deed you do, watch what you put down. Fate is gonna catch up to you. Crime won't help. Now your tears don't do a bit of good. Crime won't help it if you ain't been treating folks the way you suck. I haven't been mean, treating, been lying, cheating. Crime won't help you. I'm telling you, crime won't help you. Yeah, crime won't help you. You've been treating somebody mean. Get me with it, Bill. You can hide, nowhere you can run. If you hurt someone else while you're having your own fun, crime won't help you. Crime won't help you, no. Crime won't help you if you've been treating somebody mean. I haven't been mean, been treating, been lying. I'll see you. My brother, crime won't help you. Standing here 'cause you know it's true. Crime won't help you. You've been making your baby blue. Let the drummer have it one time. You heard the term groove? That's what it is right there. Man's in the groove. Tony, give him some bottom groove. What do you think about that groove right there? That's funky stuff. Give me the horn. You can hide, there's nowhere you can run. If you hurt someone else while you're having your own fun, crime won't help you. Crime won't help you. No. Crime won't help you. You've been treating somebody mean. Have you been mean? Treated. Have you been lying? Cheating. Crime won't help you. Crime won't help you. Crime won't help you. You've been treating somebody mean. Yeah, there's a story to this. You don't get it. Running out of time. What have I been drinking? Off the first album. I'm lying on the ground in the middle of the street, crawling on my knees, but I think I'm on my feet. What have I been drinking? Make my mind so slow. Bartender said it's whiskey, but I know that can't be so. Got to White Rock, 10 o'clock at night when it's 2 in the morning, higher than a kite. What have I been drinking? I can't hardly see. Haven't got the bottle, but you just got a hold on me. What have I been drinking? Won't you tell me what have I been drinking? What have I been drinking? Living on the bottle of the show. Well, the bartender swears it's whiskey, but I know it isn't so. What is this stuff? Like a bee, catapults just got to have it in for me. What have I been drinking? Someone tell me soon. If I keep doing what I'm doing, the bottle's gonna bring me to my room. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What have I been drinking? Won't you tell me what have I been drinking? What have I been drinking? Living on the bottle of the show. Well, the bartender swears it's whiskey, but I know it isn't so. I'm on my feet. What have I been drinking? Someone tell me soon. If I keep doing what I'm doing, the bottle's gonna bring me to my room. What have I been drinking? Would you tell me what have I been drinking? What have I been drinking? Living on the bottle of the show. Well, the bartender swears it's whiskey, but I know it isn't so. What have I been drinking? Won't you tell me what have I been drinking? What have I been drinking? Living on the bottle of the show. Well, the bottle's on the table and I like to read the label, but my eyes are seeing double and I hardly is an able. What have I been drinking? Won't you tell me what have I been drinking? What have I been drinking? Living on the bottle of the show. Well, it tastes all right. I drink it all night. What have I been been drinking? Somebody please tell me. Cruising right along, and we'll try the quick story. Yeah, I grew up in Chicago, and that's where I first started playing the blues. I had a really close buddy, Bob Sticks Carter, drummer. Sticks, right? Of course. His dad was a big band era drummer. This guy was pretty crazy. He could sing the solos off 500 jazz records. Would occasionally check into the mental hospital. But what a blues drummer. He wound up playing with one of the greatest unknown acts from Chicago called the Mighty Blue Kings. And take it from me, they were mighty blue, as were so many of the joints that we had to play, bars in bad parts of town. And you play until 2 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, you look for the after-hours bar. Or, you'd lock the door and turn off the sign outside and drink until the sun came up so that you could blend in with the morning rush traffic and not get pulled over. And, it was one of these nights we were sitting up thinking about how much trouble we were going to be in when we got home, right? Well, I came straight home, honey, but the road was crooked. And the thought, what a cool thing if we could have a scapegoat. And so we came up with this tune that we call Blame It on the Blues. I dedicate this to the memory of great blues drummer from Chicago, Bob Sticks Carter. Blame It on the Blues. I got laid off my job. The boss says the check's in the mail. Got drunk at the club. I slept it off in jail. And when I got back home, my baby had the house up for sale. They all know me at the pawn shop by my first name. Hey, Tom. I'm sleeping in my car. Things ain't quite the same. My friends are telling me I only got myself to blame. I think I'll blame it on the blues. Got nothing to lose. Gonna blame it on the blues. You know I'm paying my dues. I blame it. Yes, I blame it on the blues. My baby taught me life ain't nothing but the blues. One day you win, the next you lose. She gave me one important piece of advice. Every day of your life, you roll the dice. My pocket, I pulled out my last 10. I went down to the track. I knew that horse was coming in. I won $10,000. My baby's back with me again, and I wonder why. I blame it on the blues. Got nothing to lose. Oh, I wanna blame it on the blues. Hell, I paid all my dues. I blame it. Gonna blame it on the blues. That's my advice. Blame it on the blues. No, I wasn't talking about this set. I was talking about me. I don't bite green bananas.
Yeah. Personal manager? Personal manager?
At age 15, I was up and gone. Had nothing but my guitar and some blue jeans on. Looking for a cure, I've been looking for years. The ultimate drink for my thirsty ears. The sad and the time was the meanest before. Jumped on the bus, I didn't have no car. Hey, white boy, what you doing down here? Said I need some blues, got thirsty ears. Turn on the radio, pull up the stereo, drink out the beer. I got thirsty ears. Turn down the lights, turn up the stereo. Oh man, I got thirsty ears. The lineup for the club was 2 blocks long. The crowd was right up, but they're doing no wrong. A policeman said, move away from here. Back off, said the crowd, we got thirsty ears. Reporters asked me why I'm playing the band when there's so much trouble in this old land. I said, I do what I like, been doing it for years. The main reason is my thirsty ears. Turn on the radio, put up the stereo, drink out the beer. I got thirsty ears. Turn down the lights, honey, turn up the stereo. Oh man, I got thirsty ears. Turn on the radio, put up the stereo, drink out the beer. I got thirsty ears. Turn down the lights, honey, turn up the stereo. Oh man, I got thirsty ears. How about personal manager? First album. I wanna be your personal manager, baby. I wanna do everything I can for you. I wanna be your personal manager, baby. Yeah, I wanna do everything I can for you. I wanna be with you when all of your friends are through. Just sign this contract. You know, all of your worries are over for you. Just sign my contract, honey. Yeah, all of your worries, they're over for you. I'll be your milkman every morning, your ice cream man when the day is through. Tell me about it, Michael. Michael Ange. You can stay home, Michael Ange. You rest assured, baby. I won't let a thing go down wrong. I'll be your personal manager, baby. Do everything I can for you. I'll be right there beside you when all of these so-called friends are through. your business. Thank you all. Thank you so much. You can sail home. Just rest assured, honey, I won't let a thing go down wrong. And I'll be your personal manager, babe. I want to do each and everything I can for you. Be your milkman every morning. Your ice cream man when the day is through. I just want to be with you. Take me home, Bill. Thank you so much. We got the blues.
No, it's not the cable. My amp's cutting in and out. We'll get through it.
Remember that in Peter Pan, it's Tinkerbell and clap and You got new life in there, Tony. All right. Yes, another one of his stories. Shut up and play. So with that, I think this would have been, 1980 or something. We flew down to Austin, Texas to do a little tour of some blues clubs. We got into town a night early. And of course, hey, we got a night off. Let's look for trouble. What's trouble? A bar with booze and music. So I asked around. They said, yeah, there's this trio playing downtown. This was before Austin got all slick. Downtown Austin, 1980, there were still gravel and clay streets. And occasionally, on certain streets downtown, there were hitching posts. And you could ride your horse up and tie up to the post and go into a bar and get hammered. And then somebody would tie you on your saddle and give the horse a pat on the bum, and away you go. So yes, we were in one of these bars, 30 feet wide, 800 feet long, narrow, dark thing, no windows, nothing. Walked in, a bar all the way along one side, and a band is set up, and they're not playing, they're on a break. On the floor, there's no stage or nothing. Went to the bar, got a couple of Longhorns. This is horrible beer. Don't drink Lone Star beer. Longhorn beer, it's bad. And then the band came on. A guitar player, bass player, drummer. This guy wasn't good. This guy was astounding. I was totally blown away. So he didn't watch the whole set. The beer didn't taste so bad anymore. And I went up to him after the set. I said, I'm Tom, I'm from Canada, I'm in town playing the blues. I love how you play. It's really great watching a guy like you. He says, where are you playing? I said, we're playing the Rome Inn tomorrow. That's sort of like the Commodore, big joint. And he said, oh, we're on the bill too. We're playing together. I said, fantastic. That was Stevie Ray Vaughan. Before anyone really wanted to play a bit with him. It was just a marvelous experience. So then we had to flew back after, 4, 5, 6 days down there or something, to Toronto because we were going to the Junos, and I stopped in at the record company. At the time we were on Capitol Records. And I went to the A&R guy, it's artist and repertoire. It just means the guy that listens to cassettes and says, this sucks, we'll sign these guys, right? And they get lots of money for doing that. And usually you can lease mineral rights on their ear because there's plenty of tin.
I said to this guy, I said, Dean, he's gone now, so I can talk about him. I just heard his guitar player down in Texas, and this guy is amazing. He plays like at Hendrix level. You got to hear this guy. And you should sign him. He's unsigned. And Dean said, well, what does he play? He said, well, he plays the blues. He said, oh, blues doesn't sell. So he passed on Stevie Ray, and then, a few months later, got a big record contract, and the rest is history. So then we flipped forward. I guess that year we played the Ontario Place Forum, and I didn't know it. It was like a 14-year-old kid in the audience. The Ontario Place was great. It's like a revolving stage, and then it's a meadow that goes up like this with grass, and they hang speakers in all the trees, and everyone come out with blankets and wine and party. Right on the lake in Toronto. It's gone now, of course. It was too good to be real to last. And there was some kid there, and I played that. You know how I play that thing where I play that stupid note up on my pick? Yeah, which doesn't really exist on a guitar. So we played the show. It was a great show. And then you fast forward, and we're at the El Macombo about 4 or 5 years later. And this young man walks in, tall, good-looking young man, and says, we're in the dressing room, and he says, Tom? I said, yeah, here. He says, I saw you, I heard you at the Ontario Place Forum, and you played that slow blues, and you played G above G. So how do you hit that note? And I said, well, I got a Gibson guitar, and it's got flat pickups. And I played it on a pickup. Are you a guitar player? He says, yeah, that was Jeff Healey. So, and then, it led to, Jeff and I became very good friends, and I went back to the same guy, to Dean at Capitol Records. I said, well, you remember when you turned on Stevie Ray? He says, yeah. I said, well, there's a kid in town that plays as good as he does, and you should sign him. He said, what does he play? I said, he played blues. He said, blues doesn't sell. I said, Stevie Ray. He said, fluke. And so Jeff flew out to Vancouver to my recording studio, did some demo tapes, and then that's when he got his $1 million deal. And that's history, too. Okay, so where am I going? Oh, who saw the movie Roadhouse? Yeah, Patrick Swayze, and Jeff Healey's band was in there. Okay, here's the $64,000 question. Who can tell me? Remember the fight broke out at the Roadhouse? Patrick Swayze's going to break it up, and Jeff was playing? What tune was he playing? Oh. He was playing a tune I wrote with my brother called Hear That Guitar Ring. And so I like to dedicate this to two friends that are gone that I absolutely looked up to and respected, Stevie Ray and Jeff. This is called Hear That Guitar Ring. Got what it takes, but it really cost me. I made some bad mistakes. Yeah, I've been busted, did some time in a can. Some things don't work out just the way that you plan. I love to sing, it's everything. Hear that guitar ring. I love to sing, it's everything. Hear that guitar ring. A real bad dude. I used to drink and fight. That's all behind me. You don't do it all right. I keep my nose clean. You know what I mean? You'd straighten out yourself if you'd seen what I've seen. Love to sing. It's everything. Hear that guitar ring. I love to sing. It's everything just to hear that guitar. the sun goes down. I grab this guitar, head to another town. Some come for dancing, others come just to get drunk. Too many more nightclubs, I got to have my head shrunk. I love to sing, it's everything the hell I can call it. I love to sing, it's everything the hell I can call it. Did y'all have a good time? I ask you in all honesty, you think we're having a good time up here? I'm so proud to be able to play with these guys that are so much better than me. That's Vince Mai on the trumpet and flugelhorn. On tenor saxophone, been with the band since 1980, Bill Runge. Here's our junior member. He's only been with us 35 years. That's Tony Marriott. Big Boy Keeping the Beat, Make You Move Your Feet, been out since 1987. That's Daryl Bennett. My right-hand man, you might know him from Chris Isaac's television show. That's Michael Calange. You want to hear a little more rock and roll before we go? Thank you very much, folks. Thanks for coming. Thank y'all. Thank you. Oh my God, I get in trouble. One more quick one. All right. Let's see, if I don't mention now, I probably forget. My 15-year-old daughter, Lola, is out in the lobby. She's got T-shirts and CDs, and she tells me to sign them. If this is something you are interested in, go see Lola. Yeah, the one with she's got a Powder Blues shirt on. Gee, I wonder why. Okay, how about... I used to have a girl I loved her so. Someone caught her eye and she left me cold. It hurt so bad, I thought I'd die. Now I feel fine, I want to tell you why. I'm bopping with the blues, bopping with the blues, bopping with the blues, bopping make me feel alright. I used to spend my nights all alone at home, crying as I sat by my telephone. Now I sing the blues, but it's out of sight. My telephone's ringing day and night. Bopping with the blues, bopping with the blues, bopping with the blues, bopping make me feel alright. Hey, Baba Reba. more time, I like the real hot stuff. Bopping with the blues. 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 Bopping make me feel alright. Yes, it does. Bopping with the blues. I'm popping with the blues. Hopping on the blues. Ain't no stopping with the blues, y'all. Bopping with the blues. Bopping make me feel. Bopping make me feel. Bopping with the blue, boo, 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 boo. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you very much, folks. So great to have you here. Hope to see you down the road.